Hey, everybody. Namaste. It's Becca Pati. Oh, it's so nice to spend some time with you today. I'm just super thrilled to be sharing my love of yoga with you in one of my favorite places, which is Mexico. So I want you to have a little look around. I've just kind of slung the hammock over the edge there, but look at that pool. You can probably hear a guy sweeping in the background. There might even be a little bit of music going on. It is a vibrant location. And so this morning I went out for a run and I was a little bit hesitant because I looked up in the skies and I saw that there was a few clouds and it was a bit gray. And I thought, oh no, it's going to come down. So as it did start to drizzle a little bit, I just got a little bit nervous. I was like, oh, I'm going to be running in the muck and I'm going to get super wet. And like, is this something that I really want? And makes my run more complicated. And so I was like, no, I'm looking for like the ideal conditions. So I hid underneath one of the awnings of a local business. And then there was a moment I sort of laughed to myself and I thought, Becca, for God's sake, like get your ass out there. You sweat enough as if it is raining on you. And running in a puddle is not the end of the world because it actually gives you a sense of this childlike wonderment and just having some fun. And I think, so often we sit here and we're waiting for the perfect circumstances. We want everything to be just so before we make this perfect decision, and it's all going to work out exactly as we have planned. But as you and I both know, this is not the way life works, is it? Quite honestly, life is messy. It's never just exactly the way that we thought it was going to go. And thank goodness, because I have ended up in some seriously awesome situations when the world seemingly and circumstances have been swirling around me. So if you're waiting for something, if you're sort of waiting to make the move in a business, or maybe you need to end a relationship that isn't quite working for you, or maybe you just need to get on a plane and travel somewhere, and you're just constantly waiting for all of those perfect moments to come together, please remember that life is messy. Life is always going to have something there that you can actually say, no, that's not going to work for me, and so I can't move forward. But what I feel that is a fear of making a mistake. The fear of even the opposite, of being so successful that now you have to sort of show up in a way that is confident and real and truthful. And that is sometimes harder for us to do. So as we move today, I want us to think about how we can embrace a little bit of that messiness, how we can be less perfect in our pursuit of our journey. Because honestly, there is so much awesomeness waiting for us. And a lot of times it kind of happens in the mucky muck and in that rain. So if you are wanting to continue on with me, please do. If you're just interested in this wonderful little inspiration given to me this morning, please just turn it off and, re-listen when you need to. Otherwise, let's get on our mats. All right, for those of you who are joining me, let's get on the mat. I'm just going to move this back a little bit. And so this is a short little flow, and I do apologize. Ooh, that's quite the view you have there. Okay, I am still in my running clothes, so this is where we're going to stay because I know I'm going to get fairly sweaty too. Okay, so let's get on our knees actually at the top of our mats. I just want to make sure. I'm just going to move this back a little bit. As you can see, a lot of my recording is a little messy as well because I just can't do the whole splicing all the videos together, making it look perfect. That's just not really my jam, and that's not my life, and that's not me. So here we go. Okay, on my veranda in Playa del Carmen. Let's come up onto the knees. Let's take the knees about, let's say 2 fists width apart. Slide your knees in almost like a camel pose, knees over under the hips under the shoulders. Inhale, both arms rise. Let's just take a big breath in. And as you exhale, sit back on your heels and let your chest drop down and your arms can come back behind you. So you're sort of bowing. We'll utilize some breath to start off. Inhale, roll your spine up, lengthen high. Exhale, sit on back. Allow your heart to settle down and the arms to reach up. Let's do this again. Inhale, rise, this time extension. Palms can interlock, reaching them up. You'll side bend over towards the right-hand side. And just remember that I do mirror you. So as I am going left, you're going right. So I'm not going the wrong way, just in case, that's what you think. All right, so here we go. Really pressing those palms up, getting into the knuckles. Then bring yourself all the way up. Hands come into the heart space. Switch up your grip, so opposite index in front. Let your arms come up and let's side bend over towards the left. So here we go. Nice, and then bring it all the way back to center. Let your hands come down towards the floor, fingertips. Tuck your toes under, come up onto the toes, lift your knees up. Rock it back, shoulders over the hips, reach your arms forward, palms can be face up. Let's do eagle arm right side. So take your right arm underneath You can go shoulders, backs of hands or palms to touch and lift up. Now can you take those knees and keep them in? So if you're opening like this, engage your inner thighs and pull your core in. Lift your elbows away from your thighs. Fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. You got this. Let's go again. Other side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Yes. Exhale, bring your left arm underneath, and if you fall down, beautiful, get back up. Laugh at yourself and continue going. This idea that everything in yoga has to be done so pretty and so beautifully is such a joke, right? I mean, let's get real. If everything I did was beautiful, I would not be doing it, because I like a little dirty, I like a little messy, right? I think that's important. Okay, inhale, reach your arms all the way back up. Now let's come to standing. So here we go. Palms come to touch. You're staying on your toes. Use your hands or otherwise. Use your core. Up, up, up we go. Sending up yourself up high in the toes. Stay up. Lower yourself down. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping your knees a little bit soft. I just came back from a run, so I'm going to be honest with you. My hamstrings are super, super tight, so I'm just going to keep them a little bit bent. You might need to straighten them out if that's where you're at. Let's have the right foot forward, left foot back. Take a big, big step. Inhale, arms go high. Nice. Exhale, sweetheart, forward, arms come back. Just a little bit of fluidity here. Arms up. Exhale, come on forward, arms back. Yeah. Again, lift on up. Nice. This time, palms to touch, lean forward, almost like head to heel. You're this long arrow, diagonal. You can take your hands onto the outer edge of your hip and knee, or you can take your elbow to the outer edge and take a twist. Warming up that spine, allowing the body to be nice and strong. We're taking it into side plank towards the right side. Left hand comes down to the floor. Make sure your hand is ahead of your shoulder. Start to roll this open. Both feet go side by side, reaching up your right arm. Hips are elevated, core is pulled in. Lean the heart back. I love it. Exhale, both hands down. Work it to floor or chaturanga. So make sure your hands now are underneath the shoulders. Chaturanga, please, is only 90 degrees. Do not go lower. Inhale, upward dog cobra. Yeah, nice. I love it. Downward facing dog. Activating your hasta bandha, making sure that your hands are locked into the floor. The index and thumb are super strong. You're pushing away the ground. So instead of falling into the shoulders or hanging yourself down, think about neutralizing your shoulders and reaching your hips up and back while the heels maneuver themselves to the earth. Take a good gaze forward. Just take a couple steps up for your hop if you like. Inhale, hands to shins of earth, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Nice, come up to standing, swan dive and a roll up. You know your modifications, do you? Hands to the heart. Yes, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, soften Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up slightly, fingertips eventually back to the floor, step it back, right foot. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Good, chest forward, arms back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take those arms back. We got one more time, here we go. Inhale, rise it up. Good, palms come all the way to touch. We're leaning forward, so from your head down to your back heel, think about lifting up and then pushing that back leg strong. You're at a diagonal, little cobra your back, and take the twist. So your twist is your twist. Wherever you'd like it, you go. Rolling open the heart a little bit further for 3. Holding it here for 2. You can clearly see that I'm sweating for 1. And then we'll bring our hands back down. Our right hand roots down, side plank towards the left. Over we go, both feet side by side. Reach the hips up, the hand comes up, lean back. So strong through the bottom of your rib cage into your pelvis. Good, hands underneath the shoulders, upper push-up position. Move into chaturanga or floor. Upward dog cobra. Yeah, really roll back the shoulders, pop up your chest. Bring it back into downward facing dog. Nice, inhale, take right leg high to the ceiling. Gaze it forward, step it up, right foot to the top of the mat. Take your back knee, slide it all the way in so your shin is now on the floor. Your knees in line with your toes and you're pointing away your back left toes, okay? Inhale, reach open left arm. Exhale, take your elbow to the outer edge of your knee and take a twist. So we're twisting right. Awesome. Good, one more big inhale here. And then bring it all the way back to center. Your left toes now are tucking under. You're leaning back, lifting up your left knee. Now take your ankle and bring it on the top side of your upper left thigh. You've got a toe squat. So you kind of have to slide your left heel almost in between your bum. Okay. Can you feel that balance so that you become a tripod? Or I should say not a tripod, but I guess your balance is more a triad. Okay, so you've got your balance between your knee, and your bum, and your heel. And then let's bring the hands up possibly for 3. Holding here for 2. And then for 1, both hands down, feet side by side. Here we go, crow pose. We're taking the hands down. Lift up your bum, knees go to the outer upper parts of your arms. Index ground, pinky ground, and same with your thumb. Elbows over your wrist line, come on up, toes to touch. Pull your core in, holding here for 3. Holding here for 2. For 1, let's make our way to Malasana. So drop down your feet, your heels come down or not. And now see if you can take your armpits and bring them over top of your kneecaps. So you're gonna kind of feel like you're like hunching over just for a moment. Then pull that back. So lift up your heart as you open your back up. Yep. So you can feel the weight is back in the heels, right? If you fall down, let it be that, right? Let it be what it is. So you gotta work on balance a little bit. Maybe your hamstrings, your calves are tight today. Who cares? 1 more big inhale. Then eventually we're gonna straighten out through the thighs, heel toe your feet out as wide as your mat. Use your peace fingers around your big toes or hands into the ankles. Take an inhale, lengthen your heart forward, and exhale, forward fold. So now you're shifting the weight a little bit further forward. Maybe you start pedaling out your knees a little bit. Feeling your heart reaching between the thighs and the crown of the head down towards the floor. Holding here for 3. Get the shoulders away from the ears for 2. And then for 1, inhale, half lift, lengthen this up. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Walk your feet to the back of your mat and as wide as your mat. All right, take your right hand, center of the mat, and up. Start to spin this open modified side plank. Good, spin it back to center. Left hand comes down, right in the center and up. Open this up, heels down on either side. Yes, then take both hands underneath your shoulders. Keep your feet wide. Exhale, down to the earth we go. Point your toes. Roll the shoulder heads away. Notice my elbows are in. Do the same. And then lift up little or full. So maybe you're here today. Notice if your heels slid in, make sure they're open, yeah? And then lift up your heart a little bit more. Good, roll your spine. Coming all the way down. Your toes tuck under, the knees lift up, the core pulls in. Roll your shoulders back, upper push-up position. Wide downward facing dog. Lift it up and lift it back. Can you walk your feet in now? Just enough that you can keep a shorter downward dog. Take your right hand back to the center. Left hand taps the outer edge of the right leg. Bring it forward, more like just your fingertips. Keep your bum back in a downward dog. 2 more times. Exhale over. Maybe you pull yourself around a little bit. Inhale, fingertips back. Last time. Exhale, take that little bit of a twist. Good. Bring your left hand where your right hand was. Other side. Right hand to your left outer leg. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale over. Inhale back. Exhale over. Nice. Hands go back up to the top of the mat. Take your knees all the way down to the floor. Keep your right one where it is. Walk up your right hand, and now you're spinning this a little bit further towards the left hand side. You're reaching back, taking that top leg, maybe the foot or the ankle, and kicking back into a knee dancer's pose. Yeah, it's like a side plank with a dancer. You got it. Okay. Good. Nice. One more big inhale here. And then slowly take that left knee down to the floor. We're kind of awkwardly rotating. Beep, hand down over the other side. Eventually take your right leg long, right hand up. Beautiful work. Nicely done. Good. And then you're kicking back into your hand, possibly with your foot or your ankle. Nice. Holding here for 3. Maybe lift the gaze up for 2. And then for one, yes, take both of your knees, bring them all the way down to the floor, face forward. We're now in tabletop. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Inhale into a cow shape, bum back, heart opens. Exhale, cow, round and curl. Come back to neutral. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. You're doing it. You've got this. Lift up and lift back. Inhale, take your left leg high. Gaze it forward. Step it up, left foot to the top of the mat. Good. Take your right foot and you're bringing in your whole shin. So you're sliding and sitting all the way down. Okay? Eventually, inhale, up goes your right arm and you're taking your elbow to the outer edge of your knee. Taking that little bit of a twist. Nice. One thing about Mexico is that it's never 100% quiet. There's always drilling or hammering. It really makes you get into your meditative zone. That is for sure. Okay, bring yourself all the way back. Now we're leaning back, tucking your right toes underneath. Your option, if you're finding toe balance really challenging, your left toes can just hang out and you can just bring your hands up. You can also take your ankle on the top side of your upper right thigh, move your ankle to the inside of your sit bones, and then lift your hands, pick a spot to balance on. Holding for one more big breath in. Strong through the abdominals, hands come down. Take both of your feet down. All right, side crow, here we go. I'm gonna hop over to the right first. We're going to the left. So your option is a two-armed or a one-armed, you choose. I'm gonna do a one-arm today. So you're taking the outer edge on the top side of your upper right arm. Your hand comes down, your left arm is to the back. We lean forward and the hips need to come up to the sky. This is full engagement of Mula Bandha, okay? You're like squeezing and lifting. That's really important. Think that angry cat, okay, in the low back. As you come up, we squeeze and you actually lift those hips up. Get those feet coming together. Good, lower all the way back down. Let's just hop it over to the other side. So away we go. Have a little fun, fall down, get up, use both elbows, I don't care. Just learning, just lean. So all you have to do is like just lean. That's it, perfect, there you are. You're doing it. Otherwise, we're coming forward and the hips come up. So we need to take your hips and lift for 3. Holding here for 2. And then for 1, bring the feet all the way back down. Come back to center. Let your bum just fall down. So don't worry about how pretty this looks. Big peace fingers wrap around your big toes. Take a V-sit. Option A, heels just lift. Do your half, I guess this would be a hovering happy babies. And then you can also elevate up your legs. Good, try and get the big toe mound pointing away for 3. Nice, holding here for 2. Good, and then for 1, slowly, let's do Baddha Konasana, and bottoms of the feet come together. Now, if you need more space, you always slide back, right? Otherwise, we're giving ourselves a moment to grab onto the ankles, taking the elbows to the inner knees. You can also walk your elbows forward, grab onto the feet, look to the inside of the feet, and start to surrender your head forward. So notice if your shoulders have really hunched up, can you just drop them down a little bit, let your neck come out a little bit further? For 3, holding here for 2, and then for 1, roll your spine coming up, feet to the ground, reverse tabletop, hands behind you, lift on up. Watch that your big toe mounds are grounded and that your knees are pointing forward instead of like out to the side or knocked in. Keep some strength in the inner thighs. Good, and then let's walk it to forward fold. So walk, 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 continue on. Exhale forward. You can bring those toes a little closer. Watch how you're standing. Grab onto the ankles and dip your head down. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, take your fingertips down and take a step back. Upper push-up position. You can always hop, of course. Chaturanga or floor. Upward dog cobra. Yes, nicely done. Downward facing dog. Beautiful, super, super strong. All right, when you're ready, just take that little gaze forward, as many steps or a little hop to the top of the mat, you go for it. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Come on up to standing. Let's swan dive it up. And hands into the heart. Yes, take your right knee, bring it up and in. Open it up so that we're in figure 4 squat, sit it down. So the core is active, your sit bones are down, your back is open. So instead of rounding, which a lot of us do like this, see if you can send the hip bones back and lift your heart up. Flex out through your right foot. Holding here for 3. Holding here for 2. And then for 1, I'm just going to turn forward again. So eventually you'll take your knee, bring it all the way up. Let's go warrior 3, send it up and back. Good, bring it all the way up and through. Open it up, hand to knee, left arm goes long. Hand and knee come to touch. Cross over your ankles, forward fold. Here we go. Good, inhale, let your heart come up, hands to shins, half lift. You got it, exhale, it is cross-ankled crow, hands down. Knees to the back side of your arms. Here we go, pull your toes up and in. Woo! Good, uncross your feet, land them down to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Come up to standing, swan dive it up. Good, hands into the heart. Your left knee comes all the way up and in. Good, open up the knee, ankle to the top side of the upper left thigh, or the right side thigh. Sorry, we're sitting down. So it's left knee, flex out your left foot, and down we go. And remember, we're keeping the heart open, the core active, and the hips moving towards the floor. Yes, putting a little pressure between your palms. I feel really messy right now, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've got a sweat beard going on. Like it's just, oh my gosh. Okay, very humid today. Let's let the knee come all the way up and through, and then take your foot and send it back. Good, come all the way up, knee comes in, hand grabs onto the left knee, open it up, right hand goes long, tap hand to knee, let your foot cross over, forward fold, down we go. Yes. Inhale, half lift, maybe hands to shins. Let's take it to a cross-ankle crow. Here we go. Hands on down, knees go wide, forward, forward, forward. Pull up your toes. Good, uncross your feet, let them land down to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Come on, way up to standing. Good, hands come all the way back into the heart space. Good, I'm just gonna straighten out my mat a little bit here. Here we go. Inhale, the arms come back up. Yes, you're doing it, I love it. Exhale, forward fold, bring it down. Inhale, half lift, so let your heart come up. Exhale, palms down, so allow your hands to actively touch down. You can shoot it back to upper push-up, chaturanga, or a variation. Upward dog cobra. Downward facing dog. Okay. Nice. All right, so come onto your knees, come up high on your toes. Let your knees drop down like we did at the beginning of the class. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, arm comes up, right arm high. Lean it back, tap down. Inhale, arm comes back up and down by your side. Yeah. Inhale, left arm up. Sweep it behind. Tap your hand down. Inhale all the way back up. And the hand comes down. All right. Let's sit it down. Your option is just to scooch your bum onto the ground, or you can cross your legs over. Take the legs out in front of you, and we're rolling it down to the floor. So away we go. Nice. So I'm just gonna turn a little bit here so you're not just seeing a view. All right, so let's bring our knees into our chest and maybe just rock it a little side to side. Yeah. Awesome, very nice. Let's go happy babies before we kind of close out. Just a very simple, easy flow. You can always add on, do a few more sun salutations. Maybe some core. All right. Bring those knees all the way back in. Let the feet touch down, arms open up. take the knees to the left. Just let them go sloppy. Don't try to overly control or make them be a certain way. You know what I mean. Sometimes in a pose we try to like, make it all look nice. Nah. Who gives a shit? I'm sweaty. I just want to lay here. All right, rainbow those legs to the other side. Nothing crazy. Just maybe you shift your gaze. Oh, I love it. All right, hanging out here for one more big breath in, and then when you're ready, draw those knees into your chest. And I ask that if it's part of your practice is to finish off with Shavasana. After I get off with you in terms of finishing the video, I'm going to head into my sound therapy. So roll on up with me and let's just have a little bit of I'm gonna scooch up towards you. So I am just so unbelievably grateful to be spending some time with you. I know I don't post videos all that regularly, and some people, it's like, come on, let's go. But I really do feel that I'm very inspired when I have a little less stress and things going on. Of course, that usually means on holidays and different things. I'll do my best to get some videos out a bit more. But the point is that life is not always organized like that. We can't always just, I don't know, it's like, I like to go with the flow, but I also realize that it does take a little bit of planning and to make sure that, I'm in the right headspace to do what I need to do. But if I'm always waiting for those perfect conditions up here, I'm never going to get anything done. So sometimes we just got to go with it. Universe pushes us and we might be resistant because of fear or maybe some anxieties that we have, not feeling good enough. So we pull back and we're like, no, it was not the timing. But I promise you, it is the timing. Now is the timing for you to be great, because you are great. And no matter where you are in life, it's just one little foot in front of the other. You keep going, my friends. There's so much love here, and we'll see you very soon.